When I had first put this straight edge up, this longer straight edge, there was a space right at the top here. So this top portion of the fingerboard, like this, needed to be dressed. After dressing now, as I move down to that shorter straight edge, I can see that that's contacting all the way across, and even the long one now is contacting full length. So the neck is nice and straight, but we had to take it out of the real estate of the frets, the top frets. So when I measure this last fret on the outside edge, we're down to 44 thou. The natural height of the frets is about 55 thou. We took 10 thou off to get the crowns of the frets to be level. Now we'll be able to drop the action down nice and tight without any buzzing or dead notes up. And of course you can see those frets are pretty squared off, especially that last one. So you want to keep your strokes equal on each side of the fret. We're kind of chasing that leveled, squared off crown back to center. So I'll explain this as best I can. Because the fingerboard has a curvature like this, you need to start at the highest part of that curvature and work towards the outside. Now, if you were here, you could go right across in one sweep because the body's not in the way. But because the body's in the way, you got to do it half at a time. So it was really just the top frets that needed this treatment. That video on that white SG is a good example. I go through in pretty good detail what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. Okay, now we're starting on the top of the radius again here and going to this side. And equal strokes on both sides of the frets to just about there, ready to go to the next stage. There's a layer of felt, a layer of foam, and that'll basically slur over top of those crowns, and we'll scrub them back to center. I'll stop in a second. You can have a look at the progress we made. Okay, this is how it's looking now, really shaping up. We are now stepping it up to 800 grit. Load up that wheel with some Jeweler's Rouge and here's the final product. So every trace of tooling mark and filing mark is gone. Just to do a little taste test comparison, there's the frets I worked on, right? That I leveled, crowned, and buffed. And these are the factory frets. I packed both those pickup cavities because the pickups were not adjusting properly. So this is the finale for Ibanez number 2, 7-string. And that's it. Over and out.